Hey, what's up? Hey, hey, hey. How y'all doing? It is Soncerae here. I am, of course, driving Uber. Why am I driving Uber at night, you might say? I don't know. Because usually I drive it in the morning time. And today I'm doing it, and right now I'm taking a break. I went into a bathroom break in the Target. Like, a lot of Uber drivers are like having an issue with where they go to the restroom out. And so I usually just go to a Target or a Walmart, something like that. I mean, finding a public restroom in the Bay Area could be difficult. And in Oakland, California, they actually lock the restrooms. At first, I couldn't understand why they would lock the restrooms, but then I realized that there is a large homeless population here. So what they're trying to do is, number one, keep the restroom very, very clean, and it's hard to do when all types of different types of people are walking in there using the restroom, and they're not have a whole bunch of people just come in there, and it's a whole bunch of traffic, and they're not buying products, they're not eating the food there. So usually that's why the bathrooms are always locked in like Oakland or Hayward, California, or something like that. In the San Francisco, there really aren't any public restrooms that you can go to if you're driving, because you have to park your car. Now, they're public restrooms if you're on foot, but if you have to park your car, it's going to be like a real problem. So anyway, a lot of the times I'll try to find me like the nearest Target or the nearest Walmart, and wherever I'm going, wherever I am, sometimes I'll have to drive 15 minutes or 20 minutes just to find a restroom that's a public restroom. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. Oh, I went to this Target, and this boy is like, "Is there anyone else in there?" After I came out of the bathroom, he had his like little squeaky voice. He was a little teenager looking at my breast. I was like, "Excuse me, boy, my face is right here. It is not right. It is right here. Okay, I don't need for you to look me in my eyes. Look me here. No, there's no one else in the restroom. I just came out. You're welcome to go in and clean." So anyway, what's adventurous about me driving Uber is that I end up meeting a lot of interesting people, and they get in the car and we start talking, and I start talking about how I make X amount of dollars on YouTube. And I talk about my regular job. I talk about my side gigs. I start just talking about who I am as a person, and we're like swapping ideas. And I met a very interesting young lady yesterday who got in my Uber. I met two, actually. It was very interesting. The first one, she was talking about how she wanted to start a YouTube channel. Didn't start a YouTube channel because she had heard too many stories about YouTube, and she was talking about how she knew a travel vlogger who enjoyed doing her travel vlog videos, and then after a while another travel vlogger started spreading rumors in that sector of YouTube that she was stealing pictures from her, or her pictures looked identical to her pictures, and it started to be like this war. And she was like, "I don't know if I want to get involved with that because that sounds like high school to me." I said, "It sure is. I'm 39, and I'm telling you, like, being on YouTube is like being in high school all over again." It's like everyone's spreading rumors, people are lying, people are picking sides, people are being petty, arguing over all types of just weird. So if you don't want to deal with the, how high school is, being a content creator might not be something that you want to do. Or you could get onto YouTube and not really have a social life here. Like, some content creators get on here to do their videos and then they get off. They don't have a social life. They don't socialize with other content creators. They might socialize with people who are outside of YouTube, or people who aren't content creators, but they might be celebrities, or they might be popular in another like industry or something like that, and they'll be cool with them. I know people that do that. I do that. I wouldn't suggest anyone be like a content creator if they are trying to avoid whatever was happening in high school. So anyway, that's one woman I met. She was actually a nurse, and I picked her up from the hospital, and she was just talking about how she deals with the emotional, like, the emotional stress of meeting people, and their partner might pass away, or something if they're ill or something like that. She was like, I just go home and smoke. You know how much I make an hour is what has me, continuing to be a nurse. But I meet a lot of nurses for some reason. I think the day before I met like a medical assistant who was a medical assistant in the psych department of that specific like hospital, and I was talking to her about the homeless population here, because the reason why a lot of people are homeless is because we don't really have a mental institution. If you know any like big city, there are mental institutions in that city. Like I know Washington D.C. has St. Elizabeth. I know Atlanta has a mental institution as well, at least in the suburbs somewhere. But for some reason, like in San Francisco, I have not heard of the mental illness, like the mental hospital. So it's a lot of most of the homeless people out here are mentally ill. Like I seriously, like I'm like, wow. Like when I see them walking around, really they're mentally ill. It's rare that you meet like a homeless person who is just functioning properly in this world. It's either they have a mental illness or they're struggling with some type of illness or some type of addiction. That's usually what ends up happening. So I got out of my homeless situation really quickly because I don't have any of that. So I try not to judge those people. I try not to judge anybody in general, because when you've been to the type of situation, through the type of situation I've been through, it's very difficult for you to look at other people and not feel a level of compassion and sympathy for others. I just don't have that. I mean, I've always been very, very caring and very loving, and I really want the best for everybody. Like I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to live well. I want everybody to be comfortable. So if I see someone who is, just harmed, it bothers me. And so anyway, that was just the first girl I saw. The second girl yesterday that got inside of my Uber, she was talking to me about um, just relationships. Okay, she was talking about how she hasn't been inside of a relationship in a couple of years, and the reason why is because she feels like a lot of these men inside of the world in our age group, um, are now believing that they're the prize inside of the relationship and women are not. And so they're wanting women to pay for dates, they're wanting women to pay bills, they're wanting women, and she was saying it to me, and I was like, pay bills, pay for dates. And I'm thinking, you know, I used to feel comfortable with the concept of me paying bills or paying for the dinner dates, but then I realized men who are actually alpha male or who are providers, in order for them to even value a woman, for some reason they have to provide for her. The concept of her taking care of herself, and not needing him, is not something that that men can actually deal with. That's like the traditional man. The traditional man feels a little emasculated if a woman is like, oh, I'll pay for the date, or oh, I'll pay the bills. A man wants to be an alpha male, a true alpha male wants to be the one in control of the finances and that aspect of the relationship. Okay, so it's plenty of women out here who are financially in a good place. Like I said before, anytime I've been financially in a good place and I've been in a relationship, I've always been the breadwinner because of what I do for a living, and I'm always the one with more than what hustles. When I meet men, a lot of times they'll have like this one job and this one thing that they want to do, and men have expressed, the men that I haven't like worked out with, they've come to me later and said, yeah, I just was a little intimidated by your career, or you just seemed like you were so focused on your career. And my thing is, why punish me for wanting success, or me being focused on my business or my job or my career, and that's the reason why you didn't want to take me seriously. Because when they say it to me, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's almost like they just preferred for me to be like the housewife that they took care of, and it intimidates them for me to have the power to just take care of myself in the event that something goes wrong. It's like almost men want women to rely on them, and they need that. That's what it seems like when as I've been talking to men. So anyway, this woman that got into my Uber, she was just like, I haven't been on a date because these men are expecting women to now do the male gender role. And she was saying how women want to propose to men now, and men want women to do this, and all of the things that men bring to the relationship now, um, it's being switched around, and women are starting to do these things, and men are starting to be the house husbands, or just the woman inside of the relationship. And she just felt like she just didn't feel like that men looked at women as if they was a prize. And I said, well, I just came from Atlanta, and in Atlanta, men are very frivolous with women. I mean, they're very disrespectful towards women. It's very difficult to have a healthy situation there. You just got to be very, very selective in Atlanta about who you end up being in a relationship with. In the black community in general, and this is what she was saying, just in the black community in general, the way that men are, um, even approaching women is what she don't like. Like she said, there were a couple of times where a man would try to holler at her, and he'd just be like, yo, shawty, like, hey, baby, screaming, and she wouldn't answer to that because, not every woman wants to be yelled at from across the street. Like, I don't think fellas realize this. Like, hey, girl, no, not everybody wants that. Like, not everybody thinks that that's sexy. Like, come on. So that's what she was saying. She was saying, a lot of men get upset when they scream at her like that and she ignores them, and then they be like, well, fuck you then, bitch, stuff like that. Like, a lot of women are like really, being disrespected off break with guys. So she was just saying, I no longer feel like men think women are the prize anymore. And so, um, what another conversation that we had, and this is the premise of the video. Okay. So, another thing that's happening is a lot of men are getting in these situations with women, and they're saying things like, well, I'm need for you to wait for me, or, just hold on tight, I'm not ready, or just, chill and give it more time. One day soon it'll happen, blah, blah. One day I'll be in a relationship with you. And a lot of women are sitting here like, okay, meanwhile, he's sleeping with more than one woman, he's juggling more than one woman, and this woman is sitting here with hopes of them two actually getting together, and she's blocking her blessing with other men because she's sitting there, just waiting for this man that she's interested in to finally make some type of commitment. This is what I need for women to stop doing. Okay, like, do not wait for a man to get his shit together. And this goes back to the whole concept of being the prize. You have to understand that you are to be respected. You are the prize in the situation. You are, no one should be putting you in a position to have to wonder whether you are worth this man straightening up. Like, no man should be putting you in that position. You should have enough self-esteem and confidence to be like, you know what, I need this to be a hell yes or a hell no. Not you sitting here being on the fence, trying to figure out what you want to do, and all of this stuff. Maybe one day we'll get in a relationship. No. If I'm ready to be in a relationship and this train is about to go to the next station and you're not ready to get on it, then I'm going to need for you to get off the train. Don't be on the train talking about something. I don't know where to find my ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody got time for all that. Don't nobody have time for all that. And so, a lot of these people that give you these excuses, I don't know if I'm ready, or maybe one day, or we need more time, or blah blah blah. These are people who are afraid of commitment, and you have to be able to recognize that early. A lot of people do not recognize that early, and of course I'm guilty of it. I'm not telling you that, what I'm saying to you is not me saying this to you because I've avoided it my whole life. It's because I've experienced it, and I'm telling you off break. Like, I've had men literally think that I'm going to wait for them or scavenge the earth looking for them while they're out frolicking with other women, and I'm supposed to be sitting there like begging them to stay. No, 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 no. Like, no, ladies. If a man is expecting you to wait and he's giving you like this hope, he's telling you like this dream, you got to be able to recognize this. And a lot of women cannot recognize this. They don't see it. They're just so like they're hoping. And this is what the lady was saying yesterday in the Uber. She was just saying to me, these women are so desperate. They want to be in a relationship so bad. They want to be able to say that they have a man. They want to just, they see their girlfriends with their man, or they're looking on Instagram and seeing all these relationship goals. And I know for me, I get on Instagram all of the time, and I swear to God, I'm just scrolling and I'm seeing couples together. I'm seeing wedding photos. I'm seeing couples with their baby. I'm seeing all types of stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, like everybody, it seems like everybody relationship is oh so perfect. And you don't know what everybody else went to went through to get to where they are. You never know, and you never know whether it's a front. You never know if they're just doing it for the gram, or doing it for the Vine, or doing it for YouTube, or whatever. So you can't look at everybody else's situation and try to compare it to your own, because everyone's walk of life is different. But when you meet these men and they start giving you crap, you have to start listening to your intuition. And a lot of times women don't even trust their own intuition. Your intuition usually tell you off break. Like you like I listen, intuition be like a little whisper at first. It ain't gonna always just slap you in the face. It's gonna be like this little whisper. And instead of you trusting yourself like you're supposed to do, a lot of the women will be like, maybe I can work with this, or I ain't been with nobody in a long time, or I can fix this. Don't nobody want to keep having to work with a project all the time. Men shouldn't be coming to you like this project that you need to fix or put together, or like they're going through their own things, and you're sitting here being their rehabilitation center and all of this stuff. Like, these men have to already have the basic general fundamentals in regards to relationship, and the common courtesy, and the stuff that goes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of men are expecting you to teach them how to be your man. And I'm not saying that all men are cookie cut and all men should automatically just know how to be your man. But what men should already know how to do is be men. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't mean like this alpha male who plays a whole bunch of women, go around sleeping around with this woman and that woman, know how to the exact words to say, know how to sleep with you good in bed, know how. I don't mean that. I mean just being able to respect himself, have enough confidence and self-esteem in himself to where he can look over at you and treat you with kindness, treat you with a level of respect. Usually when a man is disrespectful towards a woman, he don't even respect himself. Like, you have to understand from the beginning, when you see that, that's because this man doesn't have a level of respect for himself. You know what I mean? Like, how could he even possibly have respect for you when he doesn't have respect for himself? He doesn't have any respect for his own legacy, his own name. You have to look at a person's behavior and whether they have realized that the things that they do and or say affect their entire lives. It affects everything that's happening around them, and a lot of men don't grasp that concept early on. So you have to, when I say that men should already know certain things when they're dealing with women, it's more along the lines of that, not necessarily knowing how to be, because you're not just going to fit with every woman. Like, I hear good men be like, oh, I'm a good man and women turn me down, and women only want players and bad boys and thugs and all this stuff, right? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if you are constantly getting rejected by women, shouldn't it occur to you in your mind that maybe you're just making poor choices in women? Because it's not every woman walking around here only wanting thugs. Like, it's no, listen, I am not attracted to no thug in no shape or form. Like, and innocent women out there, like, sometimes I look out in the world and I be like, why are these men attracted to the Cardi B's of the world, or the strippers of the world, or the thoughts of the world, or whatever? Why are you, like, attracted to this chick? Shouldn't you want something else for yourself? And usually when I look at a man and that's all he's choosing, that's the same guy that's talking about, well, she wants a thug and she wants this, she wants a player, she wants that, she wants a man that's going to give her X amount of dollars and blah blah blah. Look at the type of woman that you choosing. Like, I'm not telling women or men to go out here and choose a C minus chick when you a A. You know what I'm saying? If you a A plus, go out there and get you an A plus. But as an A plus, you can't look at a C minus woman or man and be like, oh, she only wants C minus. She a C minus chick. That's a C minus dude. Like, what you expect? You can't, and then you can't be mad if that person don't is not into the A pluses. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when a person is not interested in getting straight A's, they're just not interested. You understand? Like, you can't force them into getting straight A's because they're just flat out not interested. If you are A plus and you're walking around here looking at a C minus, and you're like, damn, they don't even like A pluses, yo. What is you mad for? Go out there and find you an A plus.
A plus wants an A plus. A C minus wants a C minus. You understand? And sometimes a C minus will look in an A plus direction and think A plus because A plus got education, money, blah blah blah, but they want to be with the A plus, but then they realize that A plus is stable, so A plus might be a little boring. A plus a little drama free. A plus ain't about the bullshit and the nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? So C plus would be like, hold on, I'm a little bored. So I'm gonna end up cheating on A plus with another C plus. You have to understand the dynamics of that. You cannot go, if you're a good person, you can't go to, if you're a good woman, you can't go to a thug and expect to change this thug. And a lot of women are like that too. I'm not saying men are the only ones that go around and they choose these bad women and then they be mad. You know what I mean? When a C plus, when a C minus be a C minus. Like, why is you mad? Like, you knew this person was a C minus. So that means, listen, as a nice person, right? And I said this, I think I wrote this in a blog recently. I wrote this in a blog recently that when I do get onto my YouTube channel and I give relationship advice, right? It's coming from a place of look at yourself first, all right? Before you start looking at what you're choosing. Because a lot of times, what you're choosing look like it's the right thing from the outside, or you ever heard somebody say that person looks good on paper, but they aren't necessarily a good person. You really have to look deep before you leap. Because I'm telling you, it is layers to people. And sometimes people hide certain layers from you. It's people that are C minus walking around here looking like a B. You heard what I'm talking about? Some of them can try to look like an A, but really, if you look at them hard enough, you'll see, oh, that's a B. What I try to get people to do is understand themselves from the inside out, because I honestly feel like intuition is one of the best things, especially women. And for some reason, just like how animals have animal instinct, we have intuition too. There's just this feeling we get. Like, you know how you feel love? You know the difference between love. You know the difference between love and infatuation, right? You know the difference between a feeling of anticipation. These are things that you can't feel or physically. You can't smell it and you can't see it, but you know that it's there. You understand? Like anger. You know when you angry, right? You trust that you angry. You know that something is making you angry. When it's making you angry, you know. When something is funny and you laugh, right? You know that it's funny. You're not sitting here questioning whether it's funny. So if you get a feeling that something ain't right, I'm telling you, it is not right. Listen to it every single time. Something is not right. You got to learn how to be able to trust yourself. And that's the message that I'm pushing on my channel all of the time. Like, number one, be secure in who you are as a person. Be confident in yourself as a person. Have a level of self-esteem. Okay? Once you start trusting yourself, when you look in the other direction of another human being, for some reason, when you're trusting yourself and you're all confident, you're looking at some other stuff and you'll see that they are C minus and you be like, you know what? I'm not about to work on this project. I'm going to have to pass on this commitment phobic. I'm not about to sit here and wait for this man to figure out whether I'm a prize or not. I came to this man as a prize. And it's the same thing for you, fellas. You came in the situation a good man. You don't want to keep having to do flips for a person that don't even know whether they want a good man or not. Like, who has time for that? Like, if you feel like you're in a situation, and usually you get the feeling from the beginning, but you be giving people the benefit of the doubt. Men and women both do this. Good people do this. That is a trait of a nice person. A nice person will always look in the direction of another human being and want to accept them for them. But instead of using their intuition, they want to accept this person for who they are, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to give this person the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they'll work on this with time. Maybe they'll change with time. Maybe blah 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 blah. No, when somebody shows you who they are or what they want or whatever, what they feel, what they think, believe that and stop trying to change it into something else or change it into what you want it to be. People like to define things the way they want it defined instead of understanding, this person is showing me. Don't give it a new definition. Take it for face value, okay? And just run with it. Don't. Don't even deal with like that first red flag. And I'm not gonna sit here and say an argument or a disagreement is a red flag, because a lot of times these people just disagree. And even if you were have the best partner in the world and you two in like this beautiful relationship, right? You're gonna argue. Okay, a lot of people run from arguments, so that's not what I mean. What I mean is, yo, when you see some shit that just don't look right, like we all people we know, they saying little stuff like, oh, I don't know, and maybe one day, or can you wait for me, or whatever. If they don't show up where they supposed to show up, if they not answering the phone like they supposed to, if they not, you'll know. And you have to stop giving these people excuses when they do these things. And just trust yourself and love yourself enough to know that you deserve than what's being given to you. Okay? Because don't just accept what's being given to you simply because you've been single for so long. You don't want to be lonely anymore. Oh, you should just have sex or interaction with this person because like, just wait for what it is that you want. Don't get impatient, discouraged. Don't get impatient, don't get discouraged. Just keep saying, I know what I want, this is what I want, and you wait for it to come to you. And when it comes to you, you will know. But then you'll get something that'll look like it'll look like it's what you want, but then you'll get this feeling like something not right about this. Listen to it. Listen to it. I'm telling you this because I've experienced it. Not listening to my intuition when I should have. Not listening when I knew. It's like, for some reason, I've always met people, and when something didn't feel right with me, I should have just been like, I'm good. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't do it. And a lot of the experiences that I had, and some of y'all done seen me go through it on YouTube and everything. You done seen me go through it. Collaborations, people I've collaborated with, people I supposedly built a friendship with, relationship I had on YouTube, friendships I supposedly had. Some of y'all done seen it. Some of y'all went to high school with me and saw some people do it to me in high school. Sometimes my photographers that used to shoot me when I was a model been watching my videos and they say it. A lot of people on Facebook that I know for many, many years, they done seen me do it. So I'm not just saying this to you just to be saying it. Like, intuition is like a real thing, and I just want you guys to take in consideration that it's real and use it. And when these people who having these issues come to you, you'll know if you start trusting yourself. And a lot of people just don't trust themselves. They put other people and other things ahead of them because they don't trust themselves. So that's my message for today. My little break is over, but I appreciate y'all watching. Listen, if you watch my live stream, right, I'm going to need you to go over to my community tab. If you're male or female, go over to my community tab. And it's a poll up there for both men and women. I do want you guys to start sending me more video topic suggestions. If you have any relationship questions, of course, I'm still going to do my relationship videos. I have some other stuff that I have planned for my channel that's so amazing that I told you guys about. Um, I'm under new management, of course. My manager's name is Savannah. Okay. So her email address, well, my management email address is inside of my description box. That's my management though. But if you want, that's for booking or sponsorship or something like that, business inquiries. But if you would like relationship advice or something like that, video topic suggestions, you can email me at soncerae@gmail.com and we can chit chat. We can have a little powwow. We can privately talk about it. Doesn't mean I'm going to bring it on to YouTube. Most people send me stuff and we chit chat on the email and I don't even bring it up. But if you do have some type of, something that you want me to talk about in the video, you can always email me. I would appreciate that definitely. Make sure you like this live stream, all right? Make sure you share it. Tell people about me. Put a little comment in the comment section. Let me know that you was here because I don't read the chat. I'm not reading the chat right now. For some reason, I can't read the chat from my phone. And if you've looked at me do a live stream before, you see me like struggle with this chat and I just be scrolling because for some reason it doesn't work on my phone right. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Okay. I don't even know if my super chat button is on. My merchandise shelf is finally working. Remember when I said that YouTube was giving me like all of these technical problems? For 2 years, I've had the worst technical problems with YouTube ever. Like, I'm like, YouTube. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. I could put a video up. Video been up 20 seconds, all right, or maybe 1 minute. It'll have 3 views, right? But 17 dislikes. And it's been up like 20 seconds. And I'm like, YouTube. Like, y'all, because you can't tell me it only got 3 views. 3 views, but 17 dislikes. That don't go together, YouTube. I'm not buying that brand. I don't hear what you saying, YouTube. I don't believe you. So anyway, I cut the dislikes off because of that, because I'm having a technical issue. I thought it was a dislike mob. You ever heard of a dislike mob where a whole bunch of people just start thumbsing down stuff? Yeah, I thought that's what it was, because people, out of cruelty, thumbs down stuff. But for it to be like this severe, I was like, something's going on. So finally, my merchandise shelf is working. About time, right? How long I've been selling y'all? I've been selling y'all for like 2 years now, right? And I couldn't get the merchandise shelf to work on my YouTube channel. And I kept saying, YouTube, my merchandise shelf is not working. Like, fix it. And finally, they fixed it. So within the next day or two, my merchandise shelf will be up there and you can buy some y'all order content. I got this t-shirt up there that's new. It's called Kiss, y'all order Kiss. And of course, it's a excuse me as I kiss the sky on it. Okay, so I want y'all to buy that shirt. Excuse me as I kiss the sky. That's what it say on the front. So I want you guys to check out that shirt and purchase that shirt. I would appreciate that. Selling my Ya'ara merchandise is important to me. Of course, I created that clothing line for my son's father and my son. And so all of the proceeds from Ya'ara, any merchandise I sell, any Ya'ara merchandise, that money goes towards Justice's trust fund. So I'm not pocketing it for me. That's for Justice, so he can like go to college or whatever he's going to get in when he's 18. He can do whatever it is that he wants to do with it. And in exchange, you guys get a cool t-shirt, or I'm selling mugs too. It'll be tees, mugs, blankets, what else? Bags. I got a whole bunch of different type of merchandise that I want you guys to start, showing me support by purchasing this stuff. I really appreciate it. Okay. That's one thing that I've been trying to do for a really long time. But as you can see, I'm getting it in order. I'm getting myself in order. Don't let nobody tell you that Soncerae got her ish together. Okay. Soncerae is together. Soncerae is back, boo. Okay. Listen, I was gone for a little while because I was going through whatever I was going through, but I'm here for it. Okay. I'm back. You heard me? Like, but technically I ain't leave. But I'm 100% now. I was going through it. I was like at 30%. Then I was at 40%. Then I was at 50%. Then I was at 60%. Now I'm at 100, So my life is good. My life, I'm so happy. And I'm going to give more relationship advice, of course, and more motivational videos. And of course, more dating advice. And I got some other new things that I'm doing on my channel that I hope you guys are excited about. I'm still going through this whole confusion about what I'm gonna call my supporters, because I listen, hashtag rabies, I like it. My daughter's like, do not call your supporters rabies. I'm like, why not? Like, I like it. She's like, no. I'm like, Sansa rabies, okay, I like it. I don't. And she's like, no, call them sunshines. I said, no, that's corny. I can't. No. So I can't think of a name to call my village, to call my tribe. I don't know what to call y'all. I don't want fans. A long time ago when I named my channel, I named it Soncerae Fans. I don't want to call it that. I don't want to call y'all my fans. I'm good. Because if you watching me, you my supporter. Like, I noticed that I got some loyal people. Listen, y'all loyal. I be seeing y'all in my comment section. I'll be like, look at this. I saw this person yesterday. I like to see that. I got to call y'all something else. Y'all got to think of something. Like, email me something. Like, email me some suggestions, because my daughter's like, call them sunshines or sun rays, or no, I can't. I don't know. Soncerae means sunrise. It's from this movie. Let me tell you where Soncerae came from. Okay, so my mother loves Westerns. All right, she's like one of those people where she just really, really is like into like westerns. I don't know why, but she's been like that my whole life. She watches Little House on the Prairie and everything. Okay, like she's one of them. Anyway, so she saw this movie called Broken Arrow, and it's a western. Anybody who knows anything about westerns, you know what Broken Arrow is. And inside of Broken Arrow was the Indian. Now you know my family Cherokee Indian. Okay, we got African American, Cherokee Indian, and Caucasian in my family, right? So my mother um, saw this movie, Broken Arrow, and inside of it was an Indian girl, and her name was Soncerae, and it means uh, morning star or sunrise. And sometimes when I think of morning star, I'm like, oh, that kind of reminds me of Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? Like morning star. Never mind. So anyway, sunrise. Soncerae means sunrise. So that's when my daughter was like, call him sunrise. I'm like, rabies. Rabies just flows. You know how you have like beehive? Same thing. Same thing. So anyway, it's like I said, um, I appreciate everybody being extremely supportive of me, especially through this very difficult past few years that I had. It was very tough, but I made it through. And so stay tuned for to see more of my progress. Yes, I'm going to do more family vlogs too, so you guys can see Justice. Justice, Justice is a character that one. I love him. I love him. I'm so glad I had him. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You know, that's the best thing that's happened to me. Justice is one of the best things that happened to me. And look, of course, my daughter, yeah, but my son too. Oh my God! And the way that my son came, I wouldn't take it back for the world. I don't regret any of it. I'm glad my son is here. And I don't feel like I had such a big loss in my last relationship. Like, I guess I'm supposed to be sitting here like still angry a little bit. Like, oh, I lost, my son's father. I lost Priest. Oh, no, I'm not like that. I think when it first happened, I was a little like, lonely, broken hearted. Life's not over. I can start again while I'm lonely, broken hearted. It's a hurting thing to get over. I had to throw a song in there. I'm sorry, I had to throw a song in there. My bad. So anyway, my son. Best thing that's ever happened to me, y'all. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Have vision and stay focused, y'all. Bye.